Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little different. I'm sure you can tell because the background behind me is quite different than my normal videos. I am currently in our homeschool room, and I thought I'd film a homeschool room tour for you guys. Now, I know that a lot of people don't even have like full dedicated spaces for their homeschool. We do have one. A little while back, my two daughters decided they wanted to be in the same room together and sleep together. We got them twin bunk beds. They've been loving it. They've been doing it for a year and a half now. No end in sight. So we had this empty room, which was my oldest daughter's old room. And we were like, well, let's just turn it into a study room. This was before we became homeschoolers. And then I was like, well, when we decided to homeschool, it slowly evolved into our homeschool study room. So I don't think you need a dedicated space for your homeschooling to be efficient and successful, but we just happen to have the space and the girls love it. I love it. It's probably one of our favorite spaces in our home. So I thought I'd share it with you guys, how we've set it up, where we have things organized. It is definitely a work in progress because this is our first year homeschooling. So it's changed and evolved a lot over the past year, and it probably will continue to. Actually, after this week's over, our school will be completed for the year. We're still going to do a little summer school before next year, but our official school year for pre-K and first grade will be completed. So after that's done this weekend, I'm going to do a reset of this entire room. I'm not changing a ton, but there are some things that I've realized I want to change aesthetically, but also organizationally. So I'm also going to film a second video in a few days after this and show you what I do to reset it and change some things in here. But I thought I'd show you it raw as it is right now. It's not messy per se, but it's definitely not as pristine as it normally is because this is just a morning in our homeschool. We are about to do school in an hour, so it's just how it is on a normal daily basis. So it won't be perfect, but I'm gonna flip the camera around and get this going. Okay, so the best place to start is the door to our homeschool room. So I created these digital prints. I wanted to make some rhythm cards basically for our schedule. Our schedule is semi-routine, but there are small things that change throughout the day, and I realized the girls really thrive on knowing what comes next. They seem to be less anxious, so this is one of the things I'm going to reset right now. I'm using the blue tack stuff that teachers use to put up their bulletin boards, and it's kind of a pain in the butt every morning to take that off and put it back on. So I've ordered something on Amazon that I'm going to put it in. It's super cute, and it'll just allow me to throw the cards in and out. But I was really pleased with how these came out. I made them on Canva. I have a bunch more. I'll show them to you in the schoolroom. So first thing first, the girls see their schedule. We walk into our schoolroom. And there's my dog. And here on the wall to the left, we have a few things. We have a bulletin board, which we just put, random scraps of art and things that are important to them on there. We have a how I'm feeling chart, which actually has come in handy. The girls like to come over here if they're feeling overwhelmed or something, and they'll just be like, I'm feeling like this. Like they can't express themselves. They'll just point to the face and they're like, okay, I'm tired or I'm shy when they're overwhelmed. We also have a calendar that we print out that we, flip over and change out every month. The girls like it because it has a travel theme to this. This one's Brazil. So all the pictures will change every month for that. We do have the Melissa and Doug calendar here. To be honest, as you can tell, it says February. We do not use it. So that's probably something that's going to be removed, and I might just leave that walls blank. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. So I'm going to take you into the actual room now. So I'm just going to give you a quick once over, like a 360 view of it. So coming from where we came in, we've got some artwork over here. This is our homeschool closet. We used to have two other charts down there, but they got ripped up. My dogs went after them. I don't know what happened, but long story short, we don't have those anymore. I have replacements coming. We do have a numbers chart up here. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the color chart because honestly, my girls know their colors. Over here on the left side, we have a little place for them to hang up artwork or anything that they're proud of, the project that they've worked on. So this chair in the corner, sometimes I sit in it, but for the most part, I honestly sit on the floor or in one of the girls' desk chairs. I probably need to get a comfier chair, but this is actually our computer chair really for the girls to do anything on the computer that they need. We don't use it a ton, but it is there if they need it. This is a puzzle that we were given that the girls put together, and I used some photo tape on the back to like seal it all together into one thing and we use it as a poster. However, it keeps falling down and I ordered new maps. So this is gonna be gone and I'm gonna put the new maps up instead. And then we have basically all of our books over here to the left. I'll go over that in a second more in detail. We have an easel over here, which really, it just reminds us what week it is. Every week we flip-flop and it's either my oldest daughter's week or my youngest, and whoever's week it is, they get to choose like the tiebreaker on decisions, like if we're doing math first or if we're doing language arts first, or, you know, what movie we're going to watch that night for our special movie night. That's whoever's week it is, they get to choose that. But since it's the last week, they told me it could be my week, which I was very excited about. We go over the date in the morning. I also go over it in Spanish because we're learning Spanish. And of course, it is the last week of school today. I also have some magnet tiles under there because my youngest loves playing with them, especially when I do read aloud. So I let her do that. And here's Baxter baby. And then we have some library books here. I have some trays under here that we use. You can tell there's paint on them. Girls use those to keep the table as clean as possible. That's sage. While we're doing art projects. And then you'll see that we have their desk space over here to the left. And then my daughter has a cardboard box because she's building a house for her Pikachu. All right, so I'm going to flip this around and show you more what's in the library section of our homeschool, and then I'll go into depth about what's on this wall. So I think the best way to go about this is to go over what we have on the top of the bookshelf and then go into the bookshelf itself really quickly. So over here, I have a very heavy duty book stand, and I will showcase whatever book we're going over in our electives for the day. So we do language arts and math every morning, and then electives change day to day. So then I'll just put up, like today we're doing science. So Super Earth Encyclopedia is being showcased. Then we also have an old iMac. Instead of getting rid of it, we actually decided to keep it and let the girls use it for homeschool purposes. We don't really use it a ton yet, but I know we will eventually in the future, typing practice, things like that. We also have our practice words for our Spanish curriculum, so we want those proudly shown somewhere easily that we can see them so we can work on them throughout the day until the next lesson. Then over here, I have our Spanish curriculum. It's in our Homeschool Languages Spanish 1 box. This is the globe that came with it. And then we have another globe here too. This one actually plugs in, and it shows the constellation, star constellations, which is really cool. The girls love turning off all the lights and plugging it in and looking at those. Underneath, we have our pom-pom jars. This is our reward system. I found it really helps kind of dial in everything. So each girl has a jar, E and C, so Emery and Charlie. If they do something good, they get a pom-pom. If they do something not so good, they get a pom-pom taken away. If all the pom-poms fill up the jar to the top, then they get to pick out a ticket from here. I flip them over so they can't see them, so it's a surprise. And it's normally like a special treat, like go out to lunch with mommy, or dinner date with daddy, or bake with mommy, or pool day. Like they get to throw it out any day and say we stop everything and we go to the pool within reason. If it's thundering out, we can't do it, of course. And then up here I have a basket, and it has some of our morning time stuff in it that we were doing a lot for morning time. We've kind of fallen off morning time. We were going over emotions before. We have some Spanish flashcards. And then here's the rest of that calendar that's at the front door. Then we have some stuff to go over again for morning time, Spanish days of the weeks, morning repetition, things like that. And then we have some books in here for our curriculum. So we have Aesop's Fables. We were reading through that in the morning occasionally. Nature Anatomy for science. 101 Awesome Women Who Changed the World for our geography. Outside Your Window is a book that we're using this week. It's from the library for our science unit. It's our last science class. What Do You Celebrate? A Year Full of Stories. Children's Atlas. Atlas of Adventures, and Atlas of Animal Adventures, and those are all for our geography course. Okay, bringing it down to this top left corner over here, we have a lot of read aloud and chapter books that I read aloud to the girls together, but my oldest is probably getting old enough where she can start reading these on her own, just with a little help from me, of course. The Boxcar Children is part of it. We have a bunch of the Magic Treehouse. We have Zoe and Sassafras, and then the Never Girls. Alberto, our Spanish puppet, takes naps in this box until he's time to come out for our Spanish lesson, so he just hangs tight right there. And down below, we have all of my curriculum books that I need. So I have all my instructor guides for Math with Confidence. This is all about spelling. We have first language lessons, The Ordinary Parent's Guide to Teaching Reading, Spanish, and then this is what we'll need for our summer unit study that's coming up starting next week, Me and My Amazing Body. Then back up here, we have a few more books that the girls like to read. These are going to be books that we're going to be reading this year for literature unit studies: Peter Pan, The Secret Garden, Winnie the Pooh. We also have the Narwhal series here. We love some Dr. Seuss. And then I actually used to work for Lowe's Home Improvement. This is a portable speaker, so we'll listen to good music, sometimes classical, sometimes Spanish when we're doing Spanish class, sometimes just fun and let the girls do some dance parties and get their wiggles out. And then we also have this timer here, which really helps us stay on track with classes because sometimes time runs away from us. Down below, we have some baskets. This bag right here is our math manipulatives basket for Math with Confidence for both girls. We have a dry erase board. It's looking a little worse for wear. Probably should get a new one. And then over here, I have some Spanish manipulatives, games, things like that. Let's look at this because it just fell out. This is our alarm clock toy. It's a wooden alarm clock that allows you to like teach your child how to learn how to tell time. So we're going over time right now in first grade math with my oldest. She knows how to tell time, but she kind of gets a little squirrely when it comes down to the actual minute. Like she can do like 12:30 or 12 o'clock. Or even 12:15, but if you were to say it's like 12:03, that's kind of where it gets a little hairy, so we're learning that right now. We've got some flashcards in here. We've got subtraction. We've got addition, telling time. My daughter's all about spelling box. And then back here are index card boxes. Each of my girls has one. This is Charlotte's and this is Emery, and therefore our Math with Confidence. So if you're not familiar with Math with Confidence, you utilize a lot of index cards to create flashcards and stuff to learn. And so what I did was I created these little envelopes and printed them out and taped them together from Cricut with just pretty paper I had. And then they hold my index cards in them. So they're like little, you can buy these envelopes on Amazon. I just had all the materials and I felt like that was a waste for me to buy it when I could just make it myself. And then we've got excess index cards back here. Okay, so going up to the next shelf, we have some read aloud. My girls love these guys. Well, my youngest does. We've got some first readers over here. We've got some of our books that we read for language arts this year. We've got an illustrated treasury of Scottish folk tales, Vietnamese children's favorite stories, my daughter's Rocks and Minerals books that she got for her birthday because she loves them, our Animalium and Botanicum books. I found this at Costco. It was such a steal, and it has 8 posters in it, which are beautiful, that we're going to hang up this coming year. Down below that, we have our box with our math manipulative blocks in it. This is actually for Math UC, but I got them anyways off Facebook Marketplace because we can use them for this curriculum. If we decide to switch to Math UC later on, we can use them then. And then back here, I have a basket. I've got to figure out how to organize this better. We've got a lot of educational games. So we have Alphabet Bingo, sight words where you smack them with the fly swatter. We have Boggle Junior, Mathemagical Island. We've got Yahtzee, which helps with numbers. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. And there's an extra set of playing cards down there. So these are like our educational games. Okay, and then up here we have more, I guess, manipulative type stuff. I don't know what you would call it. But my daughter wanted to learn how to sew, so the Easter Bunny got her this kit, so we're working our way through that. There's a headband creation kit over here. This is Brain Quest for kids 5 through 6, so my girls like doing that. We got a set of Bob books for my youngest from Costco. We've got this actually, we get a lot of things from Costco, y'all. This box has so many good things in it. It has 3 sets. It's colors, ABCs, and counting, so it was perfect for her for preschool. And then we have a My First Science kit, which we'll pull those out sometimes and do fun activities out of the science kit there. And then honestly, this is just a bunch of books the girls just like. There's no rhyme or reason to it. One I want to talk about is Dragons Love Tacos. This is such a stinking cute book, and the girls absolutely love it. My sister turned them onto it. Such a cute book. But yeah. And then we've got more board books down here, which we're probably going to start phasing out here soon because my girls are getting a little too old for board books, but they still love flipping through them, so I don't have the heart to get rid of them yet. Okay, coming over to the girls' desks, we have our trusty handy-dandy pencil sharpener, a clock, and then the tops of the girls, they just kind of, you know, showcase things that they've made, like painted rocks. They made these little wooden race cars or whatever you want to call them. They painted these, so just kind of a display area. We've got our solar system ready to go for next year. We're doing space for science. And then each of the girls have one of these magazine holders, and it has all their workbooks in them. And then, you know, just I let them put whatever they want in there, and then they've got these little spaces under here too. And then my other daughter's desk is pretty much set up the same way, magazine holder, and then the rest is just kind of their artwork or whatever they want, because these are not just for school, like they do their art here, everything. And then we do have this little cart over here that just has a few random things. We have an abacus in it. We've got our pattern blocks for our math class. We've got glue. We've got bookmarks. We've got scissors. And then underneath there, we have construction paper, which we're starting to get low on. And then this is where we keep our magnetic alphabet box that both my daughters use a lot for different things, for spelling and reading and things like that. Okay, here is the Hot Mess Express closet. It's pretty wild. I really need to figure out what to do in this closet. On each side, I have smocks for the girls for when we do painting and things like that. Honestly, really just the bottom part is homeschool. The rest of this is just our overflow closet. If you can't tell, we've got some Christmas stuff up there. We got dress-up tutus, some keepsakes for my daughters. And this is like their winter clothes because now we're in summer, or it's also their dress-up clothes. As you can tell, there's a lot of Belle and Disney and Elsa. So we're big Disney princess fans over here. And then these to the right are like overflow clothes. Like these are clothes my oldest is too big for, but my youngest is not quite big enough to be in. And these are ones that are going out the door and being donated. So really, I need to find an organization system for this, because this is a little wild. I mean, I just have like a pile of air clay sitting here. This I got on super sale. I think it was only $10 because they normally go for $40. This is all of our craft supplies, leftover pom-poms, wires, spools. I've got, it's just all of our random little craft stuff. We've got, was it glue sticks? I mean, there's just so much in here, rocks, all sorts of stuff. And then if you go over here, we've got like art pads. I've got this is a watercolor pad. I try to keep it away from the girls because it's like nice, really expensive watercolor paper. You guys know how much this costs. So I have that over there to the left, and then like big drawing pads and things like that. I've got some STEM experiments in there, some art stuff that we can do, leftover paint, excess crayons that we need, excess Elmer's glue. There's so much. And then under here, there's a big thing for stickers. Again, most of this is arts and crafts. And then we've got some extra like workbooks and things like that. This is all of our coloring books. They have to stay in one tub because we have so many of them. Then we've got Play-Doh and paint down there. Those are some craft stuff that from mom, me. And then we love these Skillmatics. My daughter got some of those for her birthday, so we love playing with those and pulling them out because they are educational brain games. I did keep these because at one point I thought we were going to do some dioramas and like use the egg cartons for an art project, but we haven't used them, and I'm kind of like, maybe I should just throw them out. We can always buy more shoes. But, and then one last thing that we have up here is, again, extra markers, index cards, and some just Play-Doh stuff and manipulatives and cookie cutters. So that's pretty much it. Oh, and my kids' rock collection. All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. Like I said, it's a work in progress. We're still gonna be changing a lot of things for next year, but overall, like I said, I love being in this space. It makes me super happy. The girls enjoy it. It's comfortable. It may not be perfect and, you know, perfectly organized and everything, but it's about the feeling that we get when we walk in here. It makes us happy and it makes us want to learn. So that's all I could ask for. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. We will be doing again, the next video will be a reset of this room, not a complete overhaul, but we will be cleaning out some things, putting some new things up, and just maybe doing a little reorganization. I got to figure out that closet, y'all. I think I need a bookcase or something in there. I'll figure it out. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.